What's going on? You tell me, is this the weirdest story ever? Well, that at least that's in this case with Diddy. Okay, Sean Combs, P. Diddy. All right, you guys know all the allegations by now. All right, you know what he's up against. Okay, so let's get into this story here. We got another allegation that came out. Again, it is an allegation. He is innocent until proven guilty. Just talking about this dude just last night. So, this article comes out of USA Today. All right. There was a 2022 incident of a shooting and attempted murder of he was like a producer, and he may have been affiliated with Diddy's entourage, or he may have been a freelancer with Diddy, but it's for sure that Diddy knew each other. All right, a guy they call G, that's his nickname, G. So, and this event was witnessed by Lil Rod. Okay, Lil Rod was like a rapper that was, trying to get on with Diddy, and he was essayed by Diddy, and that's actually in the indictment, okay, the RICO with this guy, all right, Rod Jones. Now, this attempted offing with Sean Combs and his son Justin was also there, and Rod didn't see it, but he was in that studio when it happened, and he claimed to hear two shots go off, and the door was closed. But according to reports, that after, I guess, two men had walked away, Rod came in there, found the guy bleeding, and called an ambulance. In the midst of that, Rod had took pictures of the blood on the floor, and it was supposed to be blood like in the toilet and things like that on his clothes. And Rod got his clothes. So this man has evidence, okay, of all the stuff I just told you about. Also, there was a police report that was filed. That he filed a police report. If I didn't say, he called for an ambulance, and the guy survived. Now, let me think here. The police report was filed, but USA Today claimed at that time there was no police report, number one. And then number two, Diddy was not questioned. All right. Although Rod said that it was Diddy there, or he heard Diddy's voice at the scene. Now, part of the report, this report that makes it bizarre, what was there was an altercation occurred outside of that studio. It could have been either an alleged robbery or just, I don't know, whatever, disagreement and things like that, and there was shots fired and things like that, and they have surveillance of these shots being fired. I guess there was some exchange fire, and somebody was hit twice, and they ran and got in the car or something like that, was shot as they were getting in the car. All right, that's what another report claims this what happened with this guy. So there was a ghost gun that was found at the scene with no serial number on it. So this is kind of really a tricky thing that really you're going to have to kind of use your own judgment. One thing that possibly could have happened was there was an incident that probably happened outside, right? And then the guy ran, got in the car. They probably followed him. This is Justin and Diddy. Followed him to the studio. And then Diddy probably went over there to go talk to him, whatever, okay? May have shot him again, may have warned him, and then they left it, fled the scene. That could have been something that could have, that could have happened. But it's really, really tricky. But I just know that USA has got, you can see this actually on, you should be able to pull this up on USA Today that talks about this. That was an 18-page police report that was filed, but it was covered up, and they didn't make any mention of it. That's what the report said, the LAPD, because it happened out in LA. That's what they're saying, okay? So it sounded like they were a cover-up. Now, why I got you on video here, I did mention about parties that they had out there in LA. Okay, and there was dozens of complaints of people being violated at these parties that were police reports filed at the LA police report, and they were not processed, okay, or they were not questioned at these parties and things like that, which tells me that Diddy probably had the police, in his pocket and all that. He was paying these guys off. Okay, during Biggie's murder or offing attempt, okay, I'll just say like that, in 1997, okay, after Biggie was, SHOT, then Diddy was taken to the airport in the trunk of a police car. Can you believe that? All right, which says it's something that jumps out, y'all. What do you think? Okay. All right, that Diddy knew that probably it was going to happen that night. What was going to happen? Okay, that Diddy's fate was going to happen that night. Okay, Sean Combs knows that, and those that in the know that knows, to say the least, that Sean Combs knew that Diddy's time was coming. Biggie, his time was coming. All right, but anytime that happened, and then the police had took Diddy out there to the airport in the trunk of a police car, that tells you that he's got the police in his pocket, okay? And the police knows more than likely what happened that night as well, okay? But they're not going to say anything because all this stuff with the entertainment industry is some old greaseball stuff, okay? So that's what's going on. All right, that it sounds like to me this is going to be a case that open back up. But now that the trial had got delayed, and I think Diddy was able to try to ask the trial to get the trial delayed, and he's changing up his lawyer team and things like that. That gives them time, okay, to the FBI to dig for more stuff, because they're starting to feel as though Diddy's, trying to like undermine the case. Diddy's smart. He ain't figured that him as a billionaire, he ain't gonna just roll over. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, they're gonna open back up this case. They already have that footage of what happened outside of that studio. Lil Rod has that footage and things. He has the evidence. What I just told you about, the pictures and all that, and the stuff on the clothes. So we're gonna see. Okay, there's gonna be try to be an attempted offing charge that's that's going to be investigated. What's going to be next? I'm pretty sure this is Thursday, right? Probably here by the end of the week, you're going to hear another incident, okay, from Diddy or Jay-Z. Okay, we just talked about him last night. Diddy and Jay-Z involved in the case with DC with Trump and Beyonce and all those guys. Check that out, okay? There was a lady that was supposed to have been, sold for trafficking. All over the news. Got Elon Musk and Tyler Perry, whole bunch of people in that that's have to appear in court for questioning, okay? I think they're being deposed to find out who did what, or who was assailant, who is a witness, you know. Anyway, look, I'm gonna cut the video off right there. Thank you for your time, y'all. Stay tuned for the next video. Cash App $Winston Spivey if you want to donate.